I did some things off screen from this in the last part. I got a Scyther from actually around here. So I'm trying it out mainly. Its Tactician skill's pretty good. I evolved the Magikarp. What Tactician does is powers up weaker moves. I didn't know exactly what it meant by that, so I looked it up. But any move with 60 power or less gets powered up by 1.5. Which doesn't seem like much, but it makes a big difference on basically everything. And since Wing Attack has 60 power and Scyther's part flying, so he gets the same type bonus, Wing Attack's probably one of the best attacks you can use. Until he gets way stronger, and then most things will be just good with him because of his high attack, I think. I also got a Chansey around the same area where I caught Bibarel. Moves could be better, but other than that, it's fine. I probably won't get a chance to use it, because I've got plenty of Pokemon just to try out, because, like I've said before, I wanted to try new Pokemon, so I'm giving Scyther a try. And so far, what I've been seeing is, he's okay, but I might get rid of him later just because I don't really need another flying-type Pokemon. And you don't really need a bug Pokemon that badly. It's good for certain occasions, but again, which Pokemon isn't great for a certain occasion? Probably the only real reason I would need a bug Pokemon was for Psychic Pokemon, but most of my Pokemon have either Bite right now or learn Crunch or something. And that's kind of unfair that wild Geodudes can self-destruct like that. Because you're the only one who gets really hurt in that, since there's an infinite supply of Geodudes and only your 6 Pokemon. Ponyta probably should have used Stomp instead of Fire Spin on a water Pokemon, but whatever. It seems like gym leaders are the only ones that are actually seem smarter. They tend to go for the move that would be best for whatever Pokemon they're fighting. Like, probably mainly seen in the 3rd gym, that her Pokemon would only use Psybeam when Golbat was out, but would switch to just using Shadow Ball once my starter Pokemon was out. Counted on for what? It's not like there's any kind of natural disasters or anything that actually bad happens. In case a meteor decides to fall out of the sky, I can use my Gyarados to stop it. Or better yet, I can just use my bag. Okay, that's probably enough with the whole bag eating everything thing. So, he has a Rapidash and she has a Ponyta? So, is there like no other Pokemon that would be good for working on a farm? What about Miltank? It's a cow. Wouldn't that be a good Pokemon to have on a farm? Or Marowak because it's a sheep? But I guess I really don't know what they're doing on a Poke Farm, so they might just need horsepower. Horsepower on a farm. Ponyta's a horse. Using Scyther on fire Pokemon probably wasn't the best idea. Dragon Rage is only really helpful for the first half of the game, because after a while most Pokemon get in triple-digit HP, and doing 40 set damage isn't that great. It still works pretty well on Pokemon with that don't get too much HP, but you probably have, once later in the game, you probably can do more damage than 40 with Gyarados' physical attacks, or any dragon's physical attack, because they're usually pretty strong. Even though Gyarados isn't a dragon, but he still learns lots of dragon moves. Well, technically, they count him as a dragon, but he isn't a dragon type. I don't know how they would think that him being water flying would be more suiting than water dragon, but water dragon. But yeah, he should probably be water dragon type, don't you think? Because giving him a dual weakness was kind of a bad choice, just like for a lot of Pokemon. They ruined one of my favorite electric Pokemon that way. Magnemite, because it's thunder or electric steel. Meaning groundwork is doubly good on it. Double A as well. Except it does get a move later, where it can make itself immune to ground type for 5 turns, but really, what's the point? If you're fighting a ground type, you're probably not going to be using, I don't know, electric type, because of the whole mismatch thing. I would have died laughing if right there Togepi got Thunder and just killed Gyarados. Because I'd find Gyarados being killed by a tiny Togepi pretty funny. Now, in restaurants like this, you can go inside and talk to some of the people, and they'll fight and they'll battle you. This holds true for another restaurant you'll be seeing later, but I can't recall, did they add these battles in Platinum, or were they always here? Because I don't remember ever doing them. Probably because they aren't that noticeable from the first glance. But you can fight those 2 collectors and the waitress right by the wall. So what I want to know is, were these added in Platinum, or were they always in Diamond and Pearl? Because I don't remember. Anyway, enough about that. Collectors usually don't have too strong a Pokemon. Except for the one collector right outside the lakefront. You'll see him later. I knocked them out? What kind of question is that? He's obviously knocked out. But I really think the true purpose of the Pokemon collectors is to basically fill out your Pokedex for seeing Pokemon, because most of them have Pokemon that are pretty uncommon. I think all of them are for your Pokedex. I'm not sure if... I'm pretty sure they don't have very many trainers that just have National Dex Pokemon. Do they? It's hard to recall every little detail about both games. Since Gyarados is paralyzed, I'm probably going to fight her with Scyther. And you'll have to wait for the thrilling conclusion next time.